All right, brother. Saying that we live now. Can you check for me? Actually, I'll check. I'll
Okay.
check my phone.
Hey, we good, bro.
We good up?
Yeah, it just popped up live.
Just popped up already. Okay. Hey,
We
hey,
good.
sorry about that. Like, yeah,
It's all good.
yeah, Satan hate.
Fine.
We back on though, man. Hey, all praises to Yahweh,
Power,
by Hashem,
Hashem,
Yahweh Shah,
Shah,
by Hashem will conquer
Hashem.
Dash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders that rule well. And peace and blessings to you brothers out there that's keeping his word, sincerity, also in truth. Go ahead and share this screen, bros. We'll get to it. Right. So, can you see my screen, Nakia?
Fine.
All right. So I was watching his young brother's vid with Pharaoh. It says Lucifer and Eve saved humanity from from God, and he broke down a lot of things in the scriptures incorrectly, and also ultimately this man is pushing Satanism. When you do your research on Satanism, it says, basically it's going into how they're atheists and how there is no necessary right and wrong, but you your own God. And that's it. And that same mindset has, engulfed our people and has influenced our people to be very, very wicked. Why is that? Because we had certain law, statute, commandments that were given to us, from the Heavenly Father, in order for us to govern ourselves, man. You know, so before we start, I wanted to give a disclaimer for a couple of things. First off, Adam and Eve, those were a group of people that were supposed to be following the law, statutes, commandments. When you read in the scriptures, which we're going to get to, those trees are talking about people, and also their fruit that they ate is really is going into philosophy. It's not going to an actual fruit. You see. So let's go ahead and jump into it and see what this man got to say. Let me know if you can hear it, because I'm playing on my phone. I mean, one time we was playing it, it was acting up.
Fine.
We pop the
We
bottles
good,
like
bro.
Sarah. You feel it? You hear it,
Yeah,
bro?
yeah, yeah. I can hear it.
Already. Okay. Let me start from the beginning. We pop the bottles like Sarah. But that red in my cup is a ritual. Yeah, I wake up and go get it, it's ritual. Yeah, keep a green on my arm, it's habitual. Ritual. Drink your soul and your flesh like a ritual. Yeah, I think I don't, but I got it in here. Wait, that why make them all disappear. Watch them hop on my dick like they finna do. Keep my name in their mouth, it's habitual. Like I want this bitch, make it magical. Pour that wine in my cup, it's a ritual. Peace, family. This video right here is about how Lucifer and Eve saved humanity from God. And so before anybody come on here acting crazy or ridiculous, let me give my disclaimer. Religion is allegorical. Religion is fictional, and the characters are allegorical, okay, and symbolic to other, people, places, things, specifically things in contrast with astrology. And so I don't want nobody on here talking about. All right, first and foremost, we don't teach religion. In fact, we understand here in GMS that religion, you go back to the etymology, it means basically to restrain somebody, and that's what, just dealing with the so-called white man. That's what he has done. He's put um, religion, a wicked religion on our people, and have entrapped their minds. When we bring out the scriptures are our culture, our way of life, you see, in which we're supposed to be abiding by. And the reason why we're in this situation now is because our people lost their way. So you read the book of Genesis, in particular, the third chapter, which we're going to get. That's what it's going into. You see, it's going into a group of people, the chosen ones, that chosen line. At the time, they were Adamites, following at the way of the people that was around them, these heathens, or the trees. You see, which we're going to prove. Before we start, I wanted to get Deuteronomy 28 and 1. Now, this is Deuteronomy 28 and 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that Yahweh thy power will set thee on high above all nations on the earth. So we're supposed to be above all nations on the earth. But the fact that we transgressed the law, or Adam and Eve transgressed the law, we were brought low in this situation, man. You see? You had something to say, big bro?
Yeah, brother. Hey, I got a precept for you.
Okay, what you got?
Hey, Deuteronomy 30 and 19. And I'll read it for you, bro, and you can just break it down
Okay.
once you get it pumped on the screen.
30 and 19, huh?
Yeah, Deuteronomy 30 and 19, bro.
Okay, already. Now, this is Deuteronomy 30 and 19. I call heaven and earth to accord this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live.
Hey, and that's just the basics of it, Of course, Eve was the weaker vessel. However, Adam was wooed by her, and what did they choose? They chose death. All right, and that's the ultimate reason why we die today. And even when our forefather Moses gave us the law, statutes, and commandments, what happened? Eventually, we all chose death. But at the same time frame, we've been quickened by the Spirit of Yahweh Bashem Al Shah, so we're choosing life, which is keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our abilities. But at this time frame, it's about your faith in Yahweh Shah, because your faith in Yahweh Shah is going to compel you to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your abilities.
That's right, bro. That's right. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and start it.
Astrology. And so I don't want nobody on here talking about, coming on and talking about, oh, how could you, be,
Oh, wow. Goddamn ads. Hold on, let me see something. Tell me if you can hear it, bro. Can you hear it? Huh?
Not now.
What you say?
Not now.
You can't hear it? Okay, so I'm about to play it on my phone. Like his damn ad, Esau tripping.
It's say not.
Yeah, he don't want this to come out, huh?
Okay.
We run it back to 104. All right.
props to the devil and shit like that. Please don't come on here being a religious, fool. But for people who actually think that religion is, actual fact and these things actually took place in history, then this video right here is going to be specifically, prescribed to you, because I have to give you the wicked psychological foundation of the God that you subscribe to. And so that being said, right now, Also, at the end of this video, I'm going to be giving a different perspective on how the Eve, or, the story of Eve cursing the world, allegedly, all right, has given a pass and a green light to the entire world to subconsciously view females and feminine energy as their enemy. And so that being said, because
that's false. We don't teach that. We don't teach that the feminine energy is wicked. What we do teach is a woman without the law, statute, commandments is wicked. You see, and to prove that, let's go to Sirach, the 26th chapter. Start at 1. Could you hear what he was saying now?
Yeah, come, bro.
Okay, con. All right. All we gotta do is read the first verse out.
All right.
Starting at 1.
What is this? This what chapter?
This is Sirach 26.
Okay, this is Ecclesiasticus 26:1. It states, "Blessed is the man that have a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be doubled."
That's right. Keep going now.
A virtuous woman rejoice her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. A good wife is a good portion, which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Lord.
So having a woman that fears Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that's in fact a good thing. That's what we teach here. We teach balance. But a woman that is out of order, you see, that's falling out the way of the world, she is detrimental to the nation of Israel. And she has been. That has always been our downfall. You know, well, one of our downfalls is really falling after the woman in that philosophy. You see, now to prove that flip side, let's go to Sirach 25. Sirach 25. And let's see here in 23. You see?
Yeah.
So what we're doing here is we just teaching, man. We refute questions that people have of these scriptures. You know, now these scriptures, they are about male dominance. They are about the male, but a woman has a beautiful role in the nation of Israel, man.
That's
Men
right.
are to lead, man. Are to lead. You know,
Yeah.
that's a huge misconception that our people have, man. You know, and that's why our family structures are in turmoil. You see, that's why you have. That's one reason. I can say that is the exact reason. That's one reason why you have these young men and locked up in the prison system. Why is that? Because they don't have structure at home. You see, the woman is doing what the hell, whatever the heck she wants to do, and the male is not existent. For numerous reasons, and one reason is because the woman of that household, you see, is not a woman.
That's
You
right.
see, she's a whore, and we have to be candid about that.
God.
That's not beneficial for a society. And it has been beneficial for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Okay,
That's
go
right.
ahead.
If I can just add, because if you go into these Edomites household, if you go into these other nations household, their women are subjective to the man, you know?
Right, and that's not a bad thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's not a bad thing. And really, this guy here, Pharaoh, he's really preaching the doctrine of Edomites. Feminism came from Edomite women. Now, Edomites are the so-called white men. But if you did research on feminists, the majority of those feminists were racist. There's actually a term called eugenic feminism, where you had the principles of feminism came from the doctrine of eugenics. Now, eugenics was of the enhancement of the human gene by getting rid of undesirable genes, and the people who they deem to have undesirable genes were who? Us, so-called
Mm-hmm.
Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So the early European women, the Edomite women, they were for sexual, basically castration of our women. You see? But then they use that as a tool, this feminism as a tool to do what? To break down our households, man. You see? And this guy here, dude Pharaoh, he's uplifting that same mindset, which is ancient. It goes back to Ishtar, Asheroth, you see, ISIS and all that. Women worship, man, that has been nothing but detrimental to our people. You see? And he's uplifting women that are wanton, which means without this direction. And that spirit is a negative vibration, man. You see? And Eve was exemplifying that when she took hold of that fruit or that philosophy. You see? Now this is Sirach. Can you, well, I'll read it. F it.
Yeah,
Sirach.
I'll read it for you, bro.
Okay, come on.
And this is Ecclesiasticus 25 and 23. A wicked woman abateth the courage, maketh an heavy countenance, and a wounded heart. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees.
That's right. So a woman that's like this, loud, obnoxious, you see, doing whatever she wants to do, because she believes that she's God. That's not beneficial to a man. You see, that abated the courage of the man. That's why you see all this the feminist movement. That's why you see these men out here being effeminate and embracing their effeminate side, if you will. Why is that? Because you have women out there, you know, that are saying masculinity is bad, being effeminate is good, and an argument that he's making that we're going to hear it soon that you know uh, that subconsciously the world blames women for all the woes. That's BS. Okay, that's really BS, man. Straight males are blamed for every single all the problems on the face of the earth. So I don't know where he got that from. And that just sounds ridiculous to me. But you trying to sell to the ladies, you gonna do what you need to do. You know, you gonna say what you need to say. But let's get back to it. All right.
A past and a green light in the world to subconsciously view females and feminine energy as their enemy. And so that being so, because if you tell if you tell a story to a world spiritually that the world is in sin and evil exists because a woman not only went against a God or her God, but went against her man and convinced man to go against God. And ultimately, this not only got them kicked out of the favor of God, but also caused God to, cause demise on the entire world. Then this makes you blame women subconsciously for all of the evils that exist in the world. And so we're going to give you a flip point of view.
According to the scriptures, sin began because of the woman,
God.
because she went off first. You see, now do we blame women solely for all the woes of the world? No, of course not. And scriptures don't do that either. You see, let's go back to that verse in Sirach. Just go to 24.
Kind. Verse of Ecclesiastes 25 and 24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die.
Because objectively speaking, she was the one that sinned first. And what is sin? Transgression of the law. You see. Now he wants to make the argument that she didn't have discernment, but she had discernment. She knew what was right and wrong, but she decided to do wrong. You see,
God.
so that argument that he's making is false. You see, it's false. Now let's go to second Esdras. Second Esdras. Let's see. Second Esdras 4. Go to second Esdras 4. Let's see. Grab it. No, I think actually 7. 7 and 46.
Okay. Second Ezra 7:46.
Let's see. Yes, let's go to second. Go ahead and read that, bro. Baba
Okay.
Kasha.
Hey, this is Second Ezra 7:46. I answered then and said, "This is my first and last saying, that it had been better not to have given the earth unto Adam, or
Ooh,
else when it was given him to have restrained him from sinning."
that's right. So right there, the scriptures is acknowledging that, Adam sinned,
Mm-hmm.
not just the woman. So that's a cut to that dude, man.
Kind.
The scriptures don't blame women solely for the problems of the world. You know, go ahead,
Verse 47. For what profit is it for men now in the present time to live in heaviness, and after death to look for punishment?
Mm-hmm.
O thou Adam, what hast thou done?
That's right. So here you go. You got Ed just saying, "What have you done? We were in
Kind.
paradise. We were chilling.
Right.
You see, why did you eat of the fruit, man?
Mm-hmm.
You know, go ahead,
For though it was thou that sinned, thou art not fallen alone,
Mm-hmm.
but we all that come out of thee.
That's right. So the people that came out of Adam after Adam, that chosen line, was sin too. We're sinning too, which is transgression of the law,
Kind.
transgression of the way in which the Most High chosen people are supposed to live. You see, and with that sin comes death. You know, they did in fact die. He wants to make the argument that that they didn't surely die like the serpent said, but they did die. You know, each
Hey, that-
generation got weaker and weaker. Go ahead,
hey, that's right. If they didn't die, where's Adam and Eve today?
Exactly, bro. He don't understand that we're supposed to be living forever. We're not supposed to be living, you know what I'm saying, till you 65, and then 65, and now you got to get kidney transplant.
Right.
That's not living. The reason why we're in this situation is because we're engulfed in sin. You see, so that's a cut to this dude. Anybody blaming solely Eve for everything that happened on Earth, although she does have what's the word I'm looking for? She does uh play a huge role. That's what I'm just want to say. A huge role in the fall of us. You see,
Kind.
you know, of the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, the true Israelites, Yashala. You see, let's go to let's see here. Let's get Deuteronomy. No, this is Genesis. Let's see, 3:17.
Okay.
This further prove the point. See, go
All
ahead,
right.
Akia.
All right. This is Genesis 3:17. And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it, curses the ground for thy sake, and sorrows shall thou eat of it all the days of thy life.
That's right. So the fact that Adam listened to his woman and then followed the will of the heavenly father, he had to toil. You see, he had to
Mm-hmm.
work, husbandry. Before that, the the uh the uh the land yielded fruit unto us, unto Adam. You see,
Okay.
he had to work. He was in total paradise, man, enjoying the world. But because Adam went off, shoot, now fast forward, you got to get up and go to work. Alarm clock go off at 5 a.m. You have to make a commute for an hour or two just to get to work. You see, now you got now you are an employee, which is a fancy word for a slave. See,
Okay.
see. Let's get back to young Pharaoh.
Hey, bro, I got a quick precept for you.
Okay, already. What you got?
Hey, this is Psalms 90:10.
Okay, now this is Psalms 90 and 10. The days of our years are 60 years and 10. And if by reason of strength they be 60 years, yet is their labor is their strength labor and sorrow, for it is soon cut off and we fly away. Woo!
God.
Yep.
Hey, that's point blank, period. Like you say, hey, the earth was made to be a paradise, man. And hey, we went off beginning with Eve and Adam. You know, of course, Adam was that full responsibility was upon Adam because at the end of the day, he was a stronger vessel. However, we don't have everlasting life now because we broke the law, statutes, and commandments. And if you do live to like 80 score years, you know what I'm saying? You got people taking crazy medications on ventilators, so on and so forth, you know?
Yeah, all types of madness, man. But three
Not no,
score,
they're not enjoying a good quality of life.
nope. You know, the life expectancy for people, man, is dropping, man. There's been coming out with different surveys saying that the so-called white man, which are Edomites, they're dying off from opioids, addictions and things of that nature, man. You got
Con,
the majority of you Jakes, in particular, the so-called Negro, which is the tribe of Judah, they're locked. The majority of us are locked up, man. It's not living. Why is that? Because the sin of Adam, because the transgression of the law. We were supposed to be governing this world, man. You see, we are the Most High's chosen people, but our people went off. You see, all right.
Okay, to the Adam and Eve story, but also how the devil is actually and potentially, along with Eve, more moral than God. And so let's go into the alternate perspective. Here we go. So they tell you, right, that God gave everybody free will. And they tell you that, you do what you want to do. No, you didn't. Technically,
First off, there is no such thing as free will. The Most High is in total control over everything, including Satan. You see, so we could prove that by going to Job. What's that? Job 3 out?
you can get the Job the first chapter, bro.
Job the first chapter 2.
Yeah, we can get Job 1 and let me scroll down. Uh, and we can start at verse 7.
Okay, Con. I'll read it for you, bro.
Okay.
This is Job 1 and 7. And Yahweh said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered Yahweh and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it.
Right. So at this time frame, you see Satan was under some, he was under total subjection of Yahweh Shem Al Shai. When the father asked him that question, he didn't buck up. He responded appropriately. Go ahead,
That's
bro.
right. That's right. And Yahweh said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth the Most High and escheweth evil?
Come.
Then Satan answered Yahweh and said, does the Most, it's like it doth Job fear the Most High for naught? Has not thou made an hedge about him and about his house and about all that he hath on every side?
Right. So
That
Satan is basically explaining to Yahweh Shai that Job is protected as well as his household by these angels. That's what that hedge consists of. Go ahead, bro.
con and about all that he hath on every side, that has blessed the hand of the work of his hand, and his substance is increased in the land. But both uh, but put forth thine hand now and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face.
So in Job 1 and 11, he's asking Yahweh, hey, remove that hedge and let's see Job's allegiance to you. Continue.
Mhm. And Yahweh said unto Satan, Behold, all that he hath is in thy power. Only above himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of Yahweh.
Right. So basically, Yahweh Bashem Al Shah gave Satan permission to basically to chastise Job per se, or to test Job. But at the same time frame, what did he say? Only upon himself put not forth thy hand, meaning you can do whatever you want to until my servant Job, but do not kill him.
That's right.
And the reason why Job didn't die because Satan was not ordained to kill Job.
That's right. That's right, bro. Which shows what? That the Most High has control over Satan, man. You see? He has control over Satan. Satan is not above the Most High. You see? You know,
Right.
this is Isaiah 45 and 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahweh, will do all these things. The Most High
Right.
creates good and bad, man. He sets them up against each other. Why
Kind.
is that? Because he understands perfect balance. He
That's right.
created Satan.
Hey, brother, get Psalms 103 and 20.
Okay. Psalms 103 and 20. Got you. Now, this is Psalms 103 and 20. Bless Yahweh, ye his angels that excel in strength, that do his commandments. Hearken
Kind.
to the voice of his word.
Right. So Satan is an angel of Yahweh Bashem Mashah on the left hand side. And at the same time frame, Satan is a righteous angel because he does what he's supposed to do for Yahweh Bashem Mashah.
That's right. That's
That's
right.
going back to the scripture you just brought out in Isaiah 45 and 7. I create good, I create evil. How can you declare the Most High as the Most High when you equate Satan on the same level with Father? That doesn't make sense.
That makes absolutely no sense. Then he wouldn't be absolute power. He would
Kind.
have limitations. You see? It doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna pull this right quick up.
Kind.
Sirach 33. Start at 10, verse 10. Now this is Sirach 33 and 10. And all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth, and much
Mm.
knowledge did Yahweh have divided them and made their ways diverse. Some of them had he blessed and exalted, and some of them had he sanctified and set near himself. But some of them had he cursed and brought low and turned out of their places. That's
Kind.
right. You see that being exemplified what? Where? In Genesis, the third chapter, in which he's alluding to. You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
Because you have to understand what that Satan that's written in Genesis the third chapter is a person. You see?
Kind. Hey, brother,
Go ahead.
can we can prove that? Hey, get if I can read Genesis 3 and 1.
Go ahead.
Hey, this states this is Genesis 3 and 1, just to prove, like the elder said, that Satan is actually a person. This is Genesis 3 and 1. Now the Salakia. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yahweh Bashem Al Shai the power had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, have the Alehayim said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. Now, brother, if you can go to Revelation 20 and 3. And
Already.
this will prove that Satan is actually a man.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, and also and even in Genesis 3 and 1, and he said unto the woman, that goes to show you that the serpent was a man. It states, and he said, because if we seen a snake, what are we going to say? It said to me. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying?
That's right.
But
No, you
the
right.
scripture states, and he said unto the woman, which proves also that basically, hey, that the snake was actually a man.
That's right. That's right. Now this is Revelations 20:2, correct?
Yeah,
That's what you
Salaki,
want.
yeah,
Okay.
22.
Okay. Now this is Revelation 20:2. And he laid hold of the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years.
Now, why did Revelation states that he's the old serpent going back to when he was in the Garden of Eden, correct?
That's right.
So
That's
when
weird.
you now when you go into the blue letter for Revelation 20 and 2, and we hit the blue letter for Revelation 22, hit serpent elder.
Okay, I got you. I got you.
Okay.
Yep. That's beautiful because I wanted to bring out the same one.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Already. And that word serpent is Ophes,
Mm-hmm.
Ophes, which says snake, serpent. With the ancients, the serpent was an emblem of cunning and wisdom. The serpent who deceived Eve was regarded by the Jews as the devil.
Kind. But go down, read a little more, brother. Go to the
Okay.
Strong's definition.
Okay. Strong definition. Uh,
The ideal of sharpness.
let's see here. Through the idea of sharpness of vision, a snake, figuratively, there we go, as a type of sly cunning and artful, malicious person,
So
especially
that's all the
Satan.
serpent was. This man, which had this, he came in the spirit of Satan, which later became the Edomites. He was described as cunning and as a malicious person. Why? Because he instructed through his instruction for Eve to go off.
That's right. That's right. So there's another what you call that I had too for that. Let's see. I'm gonna go to
You got
Matthew
something you want me to
22.
pull up?
I'm gonna go to Matthew 22 and 23.
Okay, I'll pull that up for you. Matthew, well, I'll
Already.
read it for you.
23 and 33. Salakia.
Okay, Matthew 23 and
Matthew
33.
23 and 33. Because you're
Kind.
gonna go right into what you said. Because the Most High, Yahushua described the Pharisees as serpents. You see?
That's right. And this is Matthew 23 and 33. Ye serpents, ye generation of vipers, how can ye escape the damnation of hell?
That's right. And you look up that in the strong concordance, it goes into exactly what the brother had brought out. You know what I'm saying? The deacon brought out, man. You see? It's going into
Kind.
how, these the Pharisees was sly and cunning, and persuading people not to follow the will of Yahweh Shah because they didn't want to follow Yahweh Shah, man. You see? They were selling out because of filthy lucre, you know? So that man in that book is talking about people, you see? Because if you have understanding of the scriptures, there were people on earth, you know, in addition to Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve are just a group of people, man.
Kind, bro.
You see, and we could prove that by going to Esdras, second Esdras. Let's see here. I got it. I got it written down too. Second
Okay.
Esdras. No, that's not. Second Esdras 6.
Okay,
That's right.
second
Second Esdras 6 and started like 49.
all right, second Ezra 6
Like
and
49.
49. 49.
Yep. Matter of fact, start at 48, bro.
Okay, con. This is Second Ezra 6:48, and it states, "For the dumb water and without life brought forth living things at the commandment of the Most High, that all people might praise thy wondrous works. Then didst thou ordain two living creatures, the one that callest Enoch and the other Leviathan."
So right there, it's telling you that he created two creatures. You see, the creatures of the sea, which is Leviathan, the ruler of the sea, and you have Enoch, which is known as man, upright. You see?
Con.
Go ahead, bro.
All right, back in the scripture, it states, "And didst separate the one from the other, for the seventh part, namely, where the water was gathered together, might not hold them both. Unto Enoch thou gavest one part, which was dried up the third day, that he should dwell in the same part, wherein are 1,000 hills."
So Enoch, he was to rule the dry land. You see? And Leviathan, he was to rule the sea. You see? That's separating man from basically sea creatures. Go ahead,
Come. It states, "But unto Leviathan thou gavest the seventh part, namely the moist, and hast kept him to be devourer of whom thou wilt and when."
That's right. So you got fishermen and you got fish that eat other fish. The Most High ordained that. Go
That's
ahead.
right. "Upon the sixth day thou gavest commandment unto the earth, that before thee it should bring forth beasts, cattle, and creepy things." At verse 54, "And after these Adam also, whom thou hast made Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also, whom thou hast chosen."
That's right. So the
That's a
Adam,
cut.
that's a cut. Adam got the understanding of Yahweh by Shem. He was supposed to rule the world. You see?
Cut.
But the serpent, the cunning man, persuaded Eve to follow the philosophy of the people of the world, of the trees. You see, which those trees that's spoken about. You see, in Genesis third chapter, that's actually talking about people, man. And also talk about the second chapter. That's talking about people. You see, which will prove. Well, let's get back to young Pharaoh. See what he talking about.
Cut.
You know.
Hey, bro, I got a quick one, bro.
Man, go ahead, bro.
Hey, get Job 26:5.
Okay. Okay. Job 26:5. Now, this is Job 26:5. It states, dead things are formed from under the water and the inhabitants thereof.
There you have it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so part, because hey, like you said, it just wasn't Adam made. Basically, hey, Adam was a creature. Okay, so along with these other people, their things are formed from under the waters and the inhabitants thereof. So a part of all these different animals, people were made because we're considered as creatures. But what separated the sons, the Adamites, is because they received the laws.
That's right.
That's what made them quicken it. But according to the scripture, everything else is dead.
That's right. That's right, bro. Beautiful. All right, let's go.
Okay.
Do this thing. And forgive me, brothers, if this audio isn't matching up with the vid. I'm playing it off my phone, but got these fat fingers, so bear with me, man. All right.
Lucifer and Eve gave you free will. And I'm going to tell you how, right? There was two trees in the Garden of Eden. One was the tree of life. One was the tree of knowledge, or the difference between good and evil, whatever you want to call it. And so that being said, God told Adam and Eve not to eat from either one of these trees. And he told Adam and Eve that if they ate from the tree of knowledge, they would surely die. Not only that was that, not only not was that a lie, let me rewind for a second and prove my previous point.
Hey, Elder.
You said God gave you free will.
What's up with it?
Hey, bro, can we just prove that they actually didn't eat nothing? It was a philosophy.
Yeah. I was gonna go into that, bro.
Oh, Salaki, my bad. I want to jump the gun.
No, you good. You good, man.
Okay, brother.
This ain't my platform, baby. It's yours.
Brother. Hey, get Jeremiah 6:19.
Okay, let's go to Jeremiah 6:19. Can I read this in Genesis first? I mean, Genesis.
Go ahead, bro.
Then, because really on the cool, he quoting Genesis 2 and 9. You know what I'm saying? He really quoting Genesis 2 and 9. You know whatnot, he know it. But now this is Genesis 2 and 9. Actually, it's 2 and 9. And it says, and out of the ground made Yahweh by Yahweh power to grow every tree that is pleasant to his sight and good for food, the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil.
Mm-hmm.
Can I prove that that's really talking about well, no, let's go ahead and get what you want, bro.
Well, I mean, hey, if you then, Elder, in the tree of life, what is that? Actually, that's understanding basically understanding the concept of the zodiac, but like Apostle Ramos said, at this present time, you can equate that with the holy scriptures and the good and the tree of good and evil. What is that? Delving into these other philosophies, man. It's symbolic.
That's exactly what it is. It's symbolic.
It's all symbolic talk.
That's right. That's right. And who had the tree of good, the tree of good and the tree of evil? People.
That's
It's
right.
people. You see, it's actual people, man.
And part of that tree of good and evil, Esau brought to Eve, basically, was what feminism, man.
That's right. Yep. Lilith and all that madness. You know, not saying that's what she was delving into, but that's what people gather from it. But what you say, you say Jeremiah what?
Jeremiah 6:19.
Now this is Jeremiah 6:19. Jeremiah 6:19. Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people, even the fruit of their thoughts, because they have not hearkened unto my words, nor to my law, but rejected it.
The fruit of their thoughts. So, due to your thoughts, what does your thoughts do? It trickle down. It makes you react a certain way, which is actually going into your fruits. And even if you go into the Hebrew term of that word for fruit, it means actions.
That's right.
That's all it is.
That's right. I got another one for you, y'all.
Go ahead.
Now, this is Matthew 7:15. Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. You should know them by their fruits.
by their fruits, by their actions.
By their actions,
by their works. Hey, brother, get Isaiah 3:10.
Okay. Let me finish? Can I finish this, bro?
Oh yeah, go ahead, bro.
Okay. I read that. Verse 17. Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit.
So what? A corrupt tree, a false prophet is gonna do what? He's bringing evil works.
That's right, and this is what this young man is doing. He's bringing in Satanism cunningly.
Yeah.
Do what thou will, spirit, very cunningly, man. And people don't see it. People don't see it. You know. Now you say Isaiah 3 and
Yeah, 3 and 10.
3:10. Now, this is Isaiah 3:10. Say ye to the righteous that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings. Yeah.
I mean, that's self-explanatory.
Yeah, right. That's just straight to it.
Yeah.
Hey, I got now we proved that those trees and that fruit were people. I want to get one more just to really just hone in on what we're talking about. I'm gonna
What
get
you want, bro?
Ezekiel 31, 31. You can start at 9.
Okay, Ezekiel 31 and 9.
What I say?
All right. This is Ezekiel 31 and 9. I'll wait till you get there, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, bro.
All right. This is Ezekiel 31 and 9. I have made him fair by the multitude of his branches,
Mm-hmm.
so that all the trees of Edom that were in the garden of the Most High envied him.
And who is that talking about? That's talking. That's really talking about the Assyrians. Because uh, Egypt in this passage is being compared to the Assyrians, in which the Babylonians had taken down. So just like Assyria was great, and was taken down, it was cut down. The same thing is going to happen in this chapter to Egypt. You see, so here it is. You have the Most High comparing Assyria to a cedar tree. You see, which goes back to what we were talking about. Those trees, in Genesis the third chapter, that's people, man.
Elder,
What's up with it?
can I get Mark 8 and 24?
Of course. Do me a favor. Can you jump down to verse 18?
Bro. Hey, this is Ezekiel 31 and 18. And it states, to whom art thou thus like in glory and in greatness among the trees of Eden?
See that?
Khan.
And where were they at? Where were Adam and Eve at? In Eden. You
That's
see?
right. That's right.
Go ahead, Doc.
Yet shalt thou be brought down with the trees of Eden unto the nether parts of the earth. Thou shalt lie in the midst of the uncircumcised with them that be slain by the sword. This is Pharaoh and all his multitude, said the Lord Yahweh power.
That's right. So
Man,
just like the trees were cut down in Eden, Pharaoh was cut down in this chapter. You see,
Khan.
for rising up against the Babylonians. Okay, but you had some Mark what?
Mark 8 and 24, just to back you up, bro.
Got you, brother. Mark 8:34.
24, Elder.
24. It's like it.
No, you good.
And 24. There we go. Now this is Mark 8 and 24. And he looked up and said, I see men as trees walking. That's the cut.
Yeah.
That's a cut, bro. That's that's hey man, that's straight to it. You know what I'm saying? That's straight to it. You want to get back to it up?
Khan, bro.
The young Pharaoh.
Pharaoh.
Pharaoh. I'm waiting for your damn ass to go. He's a jerk, man.
Khan.
All right. Let's get back to it. God damn it. It will do that. Hold on, bro. Let me get it right. All right.
But if you, okay, weren't allowed to eat from the tree of life, then you weren't allowed to determine how long your lifespan was.
I got a car
Oh, wow.
with an app. I don't mean I shopped for a car.
Slacky out.
I mean I went from I want a car.
If you weren't allowed to eat from the tree of knowledge / good or evil, right, or good or bad, then you weren't allowed to use discernment, which was differentiate, the potential expressions of either good or evil. You weren't able to tell or know the difference between the two. And so if you didn't know the difference between right and wrong, you didn't know whether to walk off a cliff or not, because you couldn't use discernment. And so if you couldn't control how long.
Okay, that makes absolutely no sense. First off, Adam was naming the animals in the planet. How was he not given discernment? Hey, bro, hold on right quick. I gotta throw a leak right quick.
All right, no problem.
I'm back up.
No doubt.
Yeah, but yeah, that makes absolutely no sense, because if Adam didn't have discernment, then how was he talking? How was he able to name, the earth? How was Eve able to speak to the serpent, and you know what I'm saying, and make a choice to eat the fruit? That doesn't make any sense, man.
That's right. That's right.
Again, that fruit was philosophy, man. You see, it's not going into knowing right and wrong. It's just really knowing death, man. Transgression of the law, which is sin.
Yup. Delving into these other philosophies.
That's right. That's what got us in this predicament now. You see? So we could keep going, bro, but the point really was made, man.
Yeah.
I wanted to get something, these false prophets on this one scripture. Hey, what's going on, Elder?
Hey, Shalom. I'm gonna say I got a precept.
You got a precept? Hey, this is the Elder. Dr. Zach has a precept.
Hey, Shalom, Elder.
Yeah, it's hey, Shalom. Maki Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Hashem Rakathon. Yeah, I was thinking young Pharaoh was going into how discernment and all these things. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you go to your Wisdom of Solomon, I want to say it's chapter 7, if I'm not mistaken, where it goes into how the Lord gave those senses. Smell, touch, taste, hear, see. All those things. And then on top of that, he gave understanding. You see?
Right.
Let me see. I'm still trying to find it, man.
It's in the Wisdom of Solomon, Elder.
Yeah, I think it's chapter 7.
So.
Chapter 7, Elder.
I'm thinking that's what it is.
Okay.
I'm thinking that's what it is.
Okay. I can search for you.
Because the thing is, okay, yeah. It's start at 15.
Okay.
Yeah, you start at 15. It goes into how those things that were given to Adam and Eve. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, you got these guys with no understanding of the scriptures. If you're gonna go into Adam and Eve, you got to use it according to the scriptures.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You can't be in the Webster Dictionary, in the back alley, and half court. No, nigga. Absolutely not. It said, he that believeth on me, as the scripture has said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. First of all, this nigga don't even know that the trees is actually talking about people. And I've been watching y'all brothers go in beautifully. You know what I'm saying? Let's get the precept, because I didn't call to talk shit on my own volition. We're going to let the scriptures do it.
Okay. Hey, Elder, did you say it's Wisdom Solomon 7 and start at 1? Or just read down?
No, it's gonna be Wisdom of Solomon 7, and we're gonna start at 15.
Okay. This is Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 15. The Most High hath granted me to speak as I will, as to conceive as is meet for the things that are given me, because it is he that leadeth unto wisdom and directeth the wise. For in his hand are both we and our words, all wisdom also, and knowledge of workmanship.
That's what I'm saying. And that goes all the way back to Adam.
Yeah, God.
That goes all the way back to Adam, right?
That's right.
Let's keep going.
God. For he hath given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely to know how how the world was made and the operation of the elements.
He let Adam, he let Yahushua, who was Adam, know how the world was made and the operations of the elements. Right?
God.
That's what I'm saying. That's what you think Adam and Eve was talking about.
Right.
What you think they was pillar talking about?
Right.
You see? Keep going.
The beginning, ending, and midst of the times, the altercation of the turning of the sun and the change of the seasons, the circuits of years and the position of stars.
That's what I'm saying, man. So the alterations of the turning of the sun and the change of the seasons, going into how we can look at the sky and see what time it is, looking at the moon and see how we can know what point of the month it is. Right?
Right.
Go ahead.
The natures of the living creatures and the furies of wild beasts, the violence of winds.
The natures of the living creatures and the furies of wild beasts, man. That's what I'm saying. Adam knew how to deal with niggas, and Adam knew how to deal with tigers.
God.
See?
God.
And he also knew how to deal with Eve.
That's right.
Because the scriptures say that Eve was in the transgression, not Adam.
That's right.
Let's go.
God. The violence of the winds and the reasoning of man, the diversities of plants and the virtues of roots, and all such things as are either secret or manifest that I know them I know.
That's what I'm saying, man. And the reason why I wanted to bring that out is because what the Lord is saying in this passage, it trickles down to us.
That's right.
Does it trickle down to them? Obviously, young Pharaoh didn't get the point.
Yeah, young Pharaoh ain't got it.
Obviously, he didn't get the point. Because that's what I'm saying, man. If you're taking the story of Adam and Eve to glorify Satan and the woman, you're tripping.
That's Satanism, Elder.
You tripping. Yep. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. The serpent came with feminism in the garden, man. You see?
That's right.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Some kind of way the serpent convinced Eve that she was supposed to be rude. And that shit trickled down all the way to goddamn 2018, man. No, for me, September 8th. What's the day? September 10th?
September 10th, though.
That's what I'm saying, man. But that's what I'm saying. The Lord gave Adam all these abilities: sight, hearing, touching, tasting, feeling, understanding. You see?
That's why?
Because he was dealing with Adam. You see? That's what I'm saying, man. And when the Most High punished Adam, Eve, and the serpent, he was on point. Why? Because young Pharaoh just sat there and told you that Satan and Eve was smarter than the Most High.
Right, Elder. Right.
Come on, dog. That's what I'm saying. I'm just supposed to let up and let him say some shit like that?
Right.
Absolutely not, man. Absolutely not, man. And he will be judged for that, man.
That's
and
right.
That's the same thing that's going on with all these Christians and these apologetics and all of these people that's coming up against the truth, man. I was saying the Lord told us that y'all was gonna come up against the truth. That's why He made sure that He laced us the hell up, man.
That's right, Elder.
That's what I'm saying, man. Y'all fight. These people are volunteering for a losing battle just to show you that the Most High is controlling everything, man.
That's right.
You can't think that shit for real, cuz. It gotta be a higher power involved for you to think some dumbass shit like that, man. That's what I'm saying. Then you gonna cut the camera on live with that shit? Are you kidding me? No, man. You see?
Hey, Baba Kasal.
Huh?
Hey, Elder, I got a precept for you.
Come on.
Hey, Elder, Mike Allah, I'm gonna
What's up
go
with it?
get Ecclesiasticus 17:5 for the Elder, brother.
17:5.
Come, bro.
Already. I got you. Now this is Ecclesiasticus 17:5. They received the use of the five operations of Yahweh, and in the sixth place he imparted them understanding, and in the seventh speech,
That's what I was looking for.
I knew this is what you look for. And in the seventh speech, and interpreter of the cognition thereof.
That's what I'm saying, man. The Lord breathed that breath into Adam, man. The Lord breathed that breath into Adam, man. He breathed the law, statutes, and commandments. He breathed rulership into him. He breathed understanding into him. You see? Well, because he wanted the earth to be run a certain type of way, man. You see? And you got these dudes that's trying to take that away, man. I don't say, first of all, the Most High thoughts is higher than your thoughts. His ways is higher than your ways, man. That's what I'm saying, man. Bro, you got niggas going into the Bible for everything but the truth, man.
Right.
You got niggas going into the Bible for everything but the truth. But at the end of the day, man, like the apostles ever say, man, this book is for the prophets, man. This book is for the prophets. It's for the prophets to interpret and bring these things out and so on and so forth, man. And y'all brothers doing a beautiful job, you know what I'm saying, through the Spirit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get up off this thing, man. I just want to bring that precept out to back y'all up, man. The Lord gave understanding to men, you know what I'm saying, that he chose, which was that line of Adam, man. Simple and plain, man. Period, point blank. And there ain't nothing you can do to take away with it. You can't lie your way out of it. You can't wiggle your way out of judgment. It's not going to happen, man. What's going to happen is the Lord is going to make his men stand firm. He's going to make our foreheads hard against your foreheads, and we're going to bump them shits until your ass don't exist no more, man. And then the Lord going to come back and destroy all you faggots. And with that, you know what I'm saying? The water for taking my call, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to continue to be edified. You know, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah by Hashem Rakakadas Baraka Thumb. Shalom.
Hey, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah by Hashem Rakakadas Baraka Thumb. Hey, the water for that too.
Hey, Con.
The water. Likewise, brothers, likewise. Keep giving it to them punks.
Straight up. Hey, that's beautiful. Shalom. That's beautiful because that's the spirit that the elder Yadazak had called in, because he actually did he taught class this Saturday on this very topic, man. You know, so that was the spirit that he called. You know, so the wide to him for teaching that class, man. But I had another precept. This is second Ezra 3:5, and gave us a body unto Adam without soul, which was the workmanship of thy hands, and didst breathe into him the breath of life, and he was made living before thee.
That's right.
And thou leddest him into paradise, which thy right hand had planted before ever the earth came forward. You know, it's really going into what that breath of life is. What the understanding of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah, man. The connotation, you see, having a conscience, you see, that was given to what? To us, man. To rule the world, man. You see, and really, you gotta be careful with guys like this, because this is the same premises of Baphomet. If you do your research on Baphomet, how it's how it's drawn, you know, it's drawn in black and white. You know, it's androgynistic, meaning it has women and man body parts. You see, I forget the it's matter of fact, let's pull it up.
Okay.
Let's pull it up. Baphomet image, and then after this, we could close out. I just want to prove this point. Really, every other dope. You know, because really this is going, what the dude is teaching, man, is he's going into Satanism.
That's right.
That's what it's all it is. It's a fancy word for Satanism. This is the same thing that they believe. You know, it's the same thing that Satan. What he is bringing out is the same thing that Satanists believe, man. When you look at this image, When you look at this image, it's all symbolic. It's all symbolic, bro. You see this image here. I really just wanted the image. I didn't want to bring this up. Hopefully, brothers can see it though.
Yeah, it's clear.
It's cool. All right.
Yeah, it's clear.
This image is all symbolic, bro. You see how it's androgynistic. You have one hand up, the other one down. You see, it's going into good and bad. You know how there is no good and bad, but it's up to you as a person to figure out what's good and bad. Meaning that you're your own God, and that's what Satanists believe. They don't. When people think about Satanists, they think about people that you know, worship Satan. You know, which you have people actually do that, but the majority of people who are Satanists, the most infamous church is the Church of Satan. They're atheists, and they believe that you are your own God. You see, there is no right and wrong, but whatever is pleasing unto you, do it. You see?
Hey, and you know what, Elder?
Mm-hmm.
And on a lower level, these so-called Christians are nothing but Satanists because they believe
No,
you
you're
can
right.
just sin and
You're right.
sin and sin and just ask for forgiveness. So on a smaller scale, their philosophy goes back to do as thou wilt.
That's right. That's right. Because there is no such thing as Satanism, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do your own will. Excuse me.
Con.
You see, but that mindset that this dude has is like the brother said, is the mindset of the majority of this world, man. See what I'm saying? You know, and really we could go to Wisdom of Solomon for that too, just to prove it. Wisdom of Solomon, the second chapter. You know, but I don't want it to drag on too long and not be edifying. Do
Con.
you have anything else, brother?
No, Elder, I'm good.
Okay, yeah. I think the point was thoroughly made, you know, so hey, most are willing, you know, you brothers out there will edify, man. You know, we want to give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Wakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders that rule well, and peace and blessings to you brothers out there that's kicking the word sincerely. I some true shalom.
Shalom, Akim.